Okie dokie. Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back, Alexandrian Codex. It's been a few days. It's been a week. It has been certainly a week. Still here. God help me. Still trucking along. I have not been. Like, God, it's been 4 days. I just looked at the videos. That can't be right. What have I done this week? What have I done? Let's see, calendar. What did I do today? Oh man, this is an old calendar. I gotta switch this shit out. D&D was yesterday. Monday was inauguration day. Yeah, Tuesday I went out with a friend. So it's really Wednesday that I could have played this and decided not to. Why? I think I just got distracted with some other bullshit. Truth be told, a lot of the times when I don't stream, it's because I have started the day out doing something else and I leave my headphones on without thinking and I run the headphone battery down. So the headphones die, and then I plug them in, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have these working in order to stream. Then I forget about them. Okay, we have heroic. Professor died. Your dad died. How's our stress? Not great. Tangent is storming around the quad in front of engineering, checking notes on her hollow palm, gesturing and grunting in frustration. This is the worst. What's the matter? I can't possibly, she says, her voice cracking. She seems too upset to even explain it. Professor Hal, she tries again. Hal, he was helping me with this physics chapter, and now she throws her hands in the air, virtual holopalm screams flying everywhere. I can't understand this without him. This is impossible, she chokes out. Why did he have to die? Okay, my instinct is to give Tang a hug here, but is that what Tang wants, or is that just what I think would make me comfortable? She's very logical, so she'd probably just want to say, I miss him too, or we're all gonna die eventually. This one seems morbid, but I'm gonna go for a hug, and then she's gonna rebuff me, which is fair. She stiffens, then lets you hold her. You can feel her shaking. Think she might be crying. But when she finally pulls away, her eyes are dry. Thank you, Solana Saya, she says. I know you are having a hard time with this as well. Nothing is easy on Vertumna. When even the adults can't protect themselves, it's obvious we're on our own out here. Engineering of 30. Oh yeah, I'll help out. I have an engineering of 1. Well, good luck. Tang nods, goes back to her notes. Thank you, she mumbles. Fuck, we're so dumb. I'm so stupid. Okay, we have 2 medicinal roots. Let's just go ahead and get rid of those. You can hear De sniffling, finding him tucked into a leeward alcove above the walls. He stumbles to his feet when he sees you approach. What do you want? He scowls. Did Mars send you? Tang? I'm not going back. I'm not going to do what people tell me. Okay, man, that's cool. I just wanted to give you this little plant. Tang eyes the colony walls distrustfully. If we're to make our home here, we must be better prepared for the fact that whatever was here first will attempt to drive us out. Who's to say the aliens are not at this very moment preparing a second attack? Cynical, but accurate. Do you like yellow flowers? I think you might also like crystals. Am I wrong? And furthermore, your attitude towards your elders in general is entirely disrespectful. You find Udicott delivering a scathing reprimand to Mars, who's doing her level best to look like she'd rather be anywhere else. You speak out of turn, you question the council's decisions. If you disagree with an order, you simply do not do it. I could go on. Do you need me to go on? Mars scowls. No, she replies. Udicott clicks her tongue. I honestly thought better of you, Marzipan. You have the sort of natural leadership ability I remember from when I was a girl many years ago. Mars doesn't roll her eyes, but you get the sense that it's a close call. You need to set out an example for the other children, Udicott continues. It's okay to have your own opinions, but you kids can't just do whatever you want. You have to follow the rules and respect your elders. I am setting a good example, Mars retorts, stomping her foot. Hello, the only reason we're here is because a bunch of people knew living on Earth was nonsense and decided to do something different. Udicott looks scandalized, but Mars just continues on. Maybe kids should have more authority. We're the ones with new ideas that will take us into the future. I'm not getting involved. Udicott stands up a little straighter. Excuse me, young lady, she rests. To whom do you think you're referring to when you call on the bravery of those who left Earth and dreamt of a new world? I've been in command of this colony longer than you've been alive. She continues, unlike you, I see that as a strength, not a weakness. For example, I remembered a time when children would stay silent and learn from the experience of their elders. Why, back on Earth in my day... Mars locks eyes with you and gives you a subtle, can you believe this? Expression as Udicott goes on one of her formless rambles about how life on Earth wasn't entirely bad, and how this colony could use a little old-fashioned human discipline. After a while, Udicott loses her train of thought and puts her hand to her forehead. Both of you get back to your duties, she sighs. Marzipan, I don't want to have this talk with you again. Mars makes a disgusted noise and storms off. Mars, how do you feel about crystals? I think you may like crystals. So Anastasia, come over here, Mars demands. When you do so, she swings her arm around your shoulder and raises her hollow palm up to take a picture. Look cool, she instructs you. I need to take a selfie with someone every day or I lose my streak. She presses her cheek against yours, purses her lips. The picture turns out okay. Mars slaps a filter on it and posts it to the colony message board. Do you like crystals? You do like crystals. At the right angle, I can see my face in it. Beautiful. Okay, but right now my options are to sneak out, right? Yeah, just to sneak out. I don't remember. I think we unlock the ability to go somewhere else this year. So part of me wants to sneak out. Yeah, I mean, I'm resting on the second month anyway, so I might as well sneak out. Because I'm only getting in one activity game. Wait, yeah. Sneak out. Sneak out! You know, it was funnier in my head. It's a freak out reference. I don't know where the watermelons are. The muck hides interesting bugs and other treasure for those willing to put their hands in the right holes. Put their hands down the right holes. Are you? Peek inside that hole. Looks dark. Look closer. You've stuck your hands down enough holes to know this one's probably safe. You can't hear anything rustling around in there. Put your hand in there. Sweet! Literally. Oh, this is a huge event. Getting food this early. I think we've gotten the 2 colony food events that you can get in this area. I think. The hole is full of sugar bugs. These palm-sized balls of squish exude a sweet syrup when you tickle them. You fill a bottle with it, let them go again. Should be worth a few kudos to Auntie Sita in the kitchen. Kudos? Kudos, Alex? Kudos. Kudos. These nuts. Watermelon? Okay, not a watermelon. You leave the path and sneak through this strand of mush trees to one of the little sawmills dotting the area. It's a small but busy operation. 3 people feeding mush tree logs into some sort of machine, while a fourth one directs a 4-legged robot with a plasma saw mounted on the front. This is a good card. Harvesting mushwood is a great card. You stay out of sight and watch how they do it. When one tree crashes down, it almost seems like others are wincing. It's probably just your imagination, though. They aren't planting new ones or leaving any behind. You know the mush trees regrow every year, but can they still regrow when you cut down everything like this? Even the smaller trees and bushes are getting ground up for mulch, with a big scary grinder that sounds like a roaring beast. The entire process makes you uneasy, but also proud of how industrious your colony is. This? Bud? How's it going? The second sun is beginning to set. You're pointing your route back to the gates when you spot Dis in the distance. He waves you over. Hi, Solana Sea, he says gloomily. I wish we didn't have to go home. Wish we could stay out here forever. Yeah, me too. What if, he begins, what if we didn't go home? Today, I mean. What if we stayed out and camped overnight? He gestures to the pack on his back. I brought a tent, just in case, and perimeter sensor, and I found a spot right near the depot that looks safe. Yes, camp out. This sets up the tent while you place a perimeter post around the edge of the clearing. If anything trips the invisible wall around your campsite, at least you'll know about it. Without even saying goodnight, Dis crawls into the tent, takes off his jacket, stuffs it behind his head, and curls up in a ball facing the wall. He falls asleep almost immediately. You crawl in beside him, pull a thermal blanket over yourself. You're exhausted from a long day of hiking in the jungle, so desperate. So despite the excitement of being out in the wild at night, you quickly fall asleep as well. You both wake up to a blaring alarm and bright lights filling the campsite. It's the perimeter alert. Something must have triggered it. Dis sits bolt upright and looks at you with wide eyes. Should you go out there to check? Work out the courage to look outside. I would have liked to have gotten more done today, but you know, better this than nothing. Okay, that's 25. That's 21. That's 25. I think 25 is the best we can do here, right? Because this is 23. I think 2 is across the board. 25. Yeah. Of course I'm right. You both carefully open the door and peek out through a crack. Nothing. Whatever it was, the lights and noise must have scared it off. The sun is almost up and you're definitely not getting back to sleep after that, so the two of you eat soy rations, quietly watch the sunrise over the jungle together. When the surveyors open the gate and start prepping for the day, you pack up your gear and go home. You expect the worst, but nobody even noticed you were gone. You left the privacy curtain on your bed closed, and your parents must have come in late and left early, thinking you were asleep the whole time. You're lucky, but it also makes you feel a little sad. Not the most productive exploration month, but hey, you're having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around the glow. You wake from a dream that has tears drying on your face, though you can't remember why. Just that you were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment you just lie in bed with your eyes closed, try to calm your breathing. You blearily rub your eyes and... surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps into your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old. Wow, can you believe it? No. Your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you your presents. It was just yesterday that Antecedent was showing me how to change your diaper. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought in food from the canteen so you can all eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your presents. Which one is your favorite? Stuffed xenofauna is just, like, not that good. Look, it's not bad. Toy xenofauna isn't bad, but it's Photofauna Unlocks a stress-reducing event and a bravery creativity event. Maybe I should get this. This is a unique item, though. And I kind of want to get this. You can buy this. It's expensive. I think you can buy this. I've never used it. Yeah, let's just get the bouquet of exotic flowers from your mom. They're exotic because they came from Earth. I saved these seeds in cold storage over 20 years just for this day, your mom says proudly. These are the first Earth flowers to bloom on the Autumna. The white astrantia. She pinches your cheeks. They're special, just like you. As your dad clears at the wrapping paper and dishes from breakfast, your mom folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. Uh-oh. So, she says, we've been here 2 years now. I know your dad and I have said you're in charge of your schedule, but we've been keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects, stuffing wrapping paper into the recycle pickup bin. A trusting, gentle eye. Professor Howe used to tell us all the time about how hard you were trying in school, your mom continues. That's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid, but if you want to do more than manual labor, you'll need some book smarts too. Your dad joins you again. So I think it's time you start thinking about when you're going to contribute to the colony when you're older. And look up what you're going to contribute? How you're going to contribute, yep. At the look on his face, he laughs. At the look on your face, he laughs. I can't read. Don't worry, we're not going to make you get a job right now. We're just asking. What do you want to be when you grow up? I think a teacher, like Professor Howe. Your mom smiles sadly. I'm sure he would have loved to hear that. The colony will need someone passionate about teaching as he was. Well, your mom starts to get up. I'm sure your friends will all want to wish you a happy birthday. She stops and snaps her fingers. Oh, you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but Al and Bernie mentioned their daughter Mars is working there. She needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Sure beats shoveling dirt, your dad laughs. If you don't take that job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mom rolls her eyes and smiles. Huh. I think we're just resting this month. Dad, I think, has a stress relieving event, but I don't want it. Yep, nope. What did it? Wait, yeah. Gonna relax in the park so that I have. Wait a minute. Well, I'll sneak out tomorrow either way. Yeah, relax in the park. You play with your Hop-Eye Optimus Prime while you hang out in the gardens. They're pretty well behaved, never straying too far into the underbrush, and always coming back when you call their name. Another Hop-Eye shyly approaches out of the long grass. Your Hop-Eye goes totally still, then lets out a happy chitter and bounces off to greet the stranger. They touch noses, then hop around each other twice. They disappear for a few minutes in the underbrush, long enough that you begin to get concerned. Finally, Optimus Prime bounces back up and nuzzles against your leg. They want to be picked up and cuddled, so you pop them underneath your shirt and carry them like a baby the rest of the way. Nope, those are both okay memories. I won't say good memories, they're passable. Alright, Lake Quiet. We have Clear-Minded Boost, we have Heroic. Am I crazy? Wow, I'm crazy. Yep, we're sneaking out. Maybe it's later in the year that you want. It's fine. It's fine. There shouldn't be a new boss event. Oh, I should have picked this up last time. That was lazy. Okay, I don't have a clue where the watermelon is, but I know the watermelon looks like these events, and I know you're not a fucking watermelon, so... You spot a group of Hop-Eyes playing in a clearing. They let you get pretty close to watch them chatter to each other and rub noses. They're all friends, just like people, but they hop away if you get too close. gonna walk through their territory all the same. Oh. 3, 3, 3. No, that doesn't count as... Oh my god, that was a very satisfying pop. That was... Shoulder? Neck? I don't know. That was... Identify what part of your body that was. Just question marks. I don't know. Okay. This can give a buff to this. 1. This can't be right. $26. Wait, why? No. Why is this 26? Oh, because these duplicate. Oh, and this is a straight. Yeah. Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3 is a straight. It sure is. The Hopeyes are wary at first, but you crouch down, copy their cute little squeaking noises. You bounce toward them, and amazingly, they don't hop away. You play with the Hopeyes for a few minutes before moving on. Cute little guys. I'm gonna try this one. As you come to a bend in the path, movement catches the corner of your eye. There's something on top of a nearby mushroom-capped tree. You can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? Someone is peering above the edge of the mushroom cap above you. You can't quite see their eyes, but you get an impression of long dark hair and an enormous mocking grin. I wouldn't go that way if I were you, they warn, playfully. They have a deep musical accent that you don't quite recognize. A stranger? That's impossible. You're the only people around for thousands of light years, and what the heck is he doing here? You feel a chill go up your spine. No, I'm gonna ignore him. No, you've met everybody of the stratospheric. That must have been some kind of animal, one that looks like a person, that sounds like a person. Maybe it's this, playing tricks with its voice, or maybe you're seeing things. You round the bend and regret it immediately as something long and thin slaps against your face, and another whack against your back. As you spin to face your attacker, whap whap, 2 slaps to your shins and you're reeling. Whatever's attacking, you can't see it. You fall to the ground, cover your head with your arms in defense. Nothing happens. Just silence. When you look up, there's no attacker, but the plants all around you are flattened to the ground. They're long as purple reeds with knobby bumps at their bases. As you watch, the reeds slowly start to bend back upright. You poke one experimentally and it slaps back down to the ground, stinging your hand. Attacked by grass. How embarrassing. You decide to call it slapgrass. The unseen path dips under your feet, engulfing you up to the hip in a large drift of fresh spark snow. You lose a boot when floundering in the snowbank and have to spend some time digging it out. Two, 3. Okay. 05446. Huh. Yeah, this is 24 either way. That's really interesting. Yeah. The straight doesn't help here. I think 24 is as good as this gets. It is in fact. Lose 1 stress, woohoo. 2 perception. You tunnel through the weird snow, popping your head up at regular intervals to see where you're going. Some funny creatures pop out of the snow to say hello. They look the size of pill bugs. and are only about the size of your thumbnail. They appear to be eating the snow, not you, so you leave them alone. Every so often, they square up with each other and emit a tiny burst of flames. You can't tell if it's an intimidation tactic or mating display. You heard the snow was flammable. Huh. Neat. Is the Unisaur up here? No, it does not appear to be. So the Unisaur is down. And the watermelon is... question mark. It's fucking somewhere. You let your mind wander as you're walking. Blobgrass time. If I've read these enough times before, I'm just gonna hit you with a pass. Right. Fuck. What the hell do I do here? So these two, match, and so do you. This is not right though. The 17, 18. Okay, 18 seems right. Sure. Stress. I'm pretty sure this is the best possible score. If this tells me that 20 isn't the best possible here, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, yeah, all right, thank you. Beautiful, there it is. You skip, hop, move along. Bippity boppity. Ah, my boy! Ah, hey boy. It's Unisaur time, baby. Wow. That's a winning hand to start out with. Well, 2, 3, 4 is pretty great, and then that turns into a 5. Ooh, mama. It's pretty good. 1, 3, 3, 3, 6. That has to be the best, right? Okay, all right, cool. Boom. Unisaur. Thank you for this stress reduction, very appreciated. Hey, new perk! Collectibles respawn faster, more slots are filled. Don't be a watermelon. We're gonna hop over a stream. Huh. I mean, yeah. Bada boom. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. Sorry, 4, 3, 3. 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. 29's gotta be the best. Yeah, okay, good. Bravely fall in, get wet. As you do. So the watermelon event was right here. Okay, well, I got it now. We're gonna wrap up and then leave. Float cow. Hey, this time we have enough animal skill that we can milk the float cow. It's hard to milk a float cow that's upside down. She struggles and kicks her legs at you as you try to flip her over long enough to get to the udders. Thanks to a combination of might and empathy, you manage to calm her down. She's still sick. Milk's supposed to collect in her lower udder, not her gas bladder, but at least she's balanced now and has a chance to get well on her own. And we don't get stressed from getting grossed out. Yeah! Farmland, we're not gonna try to plant anything. It doesn't work and it stresses you out. It makes you sad. Understandably, it makes you sad. You're minding your own business when you stumble into... We've read this event before. 302? Sure. Yeah, I don't see a world where this ends up being the highest value. But we can try. This is not that world. There may be a world. This is not it. I didn't realize the mystery of the weird smell was a 4, was a 4. That's pretty good. Eat more stress. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Leveling up. A little bit of stress is par for the course. Cluster of mush trees, we give them a friendly little pat. We get some perception, we get some animal handling, and we move on. And then the last event for here is geoponics engineers have set up a work site here using the RoboPlow to tear up the ground and prep it for farming. Well, I want perception, so I'm gonna sneak past them. I am curious enough to check it out, but no. 333. Wait, is that a... Yes, 333, same suit. Love it. 0123. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, bad boom. Good boom. In fact, we can do better than that. 22. 22? Yes, indeed. And no kudos, because spend a kudo, get a kudo. We get some perception. Is it earth-shattering? No, but, like, it doesn't have to be. We go home. Got all of the events, got all of the loot, spent the month exploring. Perception's getting really high up there. Bravery's coming along. Biology's getting there. Quiet is over. It is pollen season. Does anyone have something they want to say to me? Hold on. I hate learning. Never change. Never change. Oh. Nem and Nougat are kicking a huge cloud of dust outside the garrison, passing his sports ball back and forth and chasing each other around. Nem looks up as you approach and flails excitedly at you. Solanasea! Hey! She says, jumping up and down. Look! She bounces a sports ball on her knees. Look at what Nugget and me are practicing. Nem bounces the sports ball from one knee to the other a few times before launching it up in the air. She crouches, leaps after it, and spikes it with her head towards Nougat with a yell. The sports ball thuds into Nougat's chest, sending her sprawling into the dirt. For a second, you freeze, waiting for the crying to start. Instead, Nougat shrieks and laughs, clutching the ball as Nem jumps up and down and pumps her fist dramatically. 4 points for the ball not touching the ground after contact, Nem crows. The crowd goes wild. The Garrison Galaxies win again. Woo! Nougat cups her hands over her mouth, imitating the roar of a crowd. That's awesome. I know, right? Nem beams. She stands up straighter, puts her hands on her hips. I'm gonna be just as good as my big bro someday. That's sad. And Nugget, why cannot Nougat? What's your full name? Oh, I don't know yet. Like, Nem is short for anemone. Is it just Nougat? It's a tasty thing, but nobody else is named after food, right? Am I wrong about that? Hold on. Is anybody else named after food? It's just the cursed run. Dead. No, nobody else is named after food. Interesting. What would Nougat be an abbreviation for? Nothing, right? Yeah. And Nougat will too. She rubs the back of her hand across her nose, leaving a smear of dirt. Hey, you should come play sports ball pitch sometimes. I could show you some tricks. Nem and Nougat look at Nougat. I can't read. Look at you expectantly. Okay. Yay, great, Nem says, bouncing on her feet. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Sports ball is my favorite thing on the planet. Her eyes go wide. Maybe even the whole galaxy. Me too, me too. Nougat yells from where she's still lying on the ground. She picks herself up and carefully puts the ball down in front of her, then kicks it to Anemone. Did you see that? Nem laughs. She kicked the ball with her foot. Nougat's a natural. She's already inventing new ways to play sports ball. Future coach Nougat is truly cursed when foot plus ball is innovative. This is... You mean to tell me this civilization is a synthesis of a bunch of different cultures, and you decided to go with a combination of volleyball? No, it looks mostly like volleyball. You didn't take soccer with you? Well, I guess kicking a ball on a ship. No, but the ship had gravity. No. Nougat puts her hands on her tiny hips. If you come to practice, you gotta play. She challenges, pointing at you. Nemi says I gotta be coach, so it's my rules. You and Nem burst out laughing. Nougat is such a little character. She's definitely, like, a really cool little character that you can see mostly grow up, but not entirely. Oh man, I am not making it to dust. It's suboptimal energy usage. Can I? No, this event is not a stress reduction event. This is a dad is dying event. You're looking a little worn out. Oh no, it's both. My little firefly, your dad greets you, looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge will help recharge the solar cells. What do you say? Maybe I just need a hug. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, tiger butter. After a long hug, you do feel a bit better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Okay. We're not getting reasoning high enough. Studying biology? Yeah. I'm really not convinced of that choice. Yes. Yes. Sure. Engineering would boost reasoning faster, but there's no way. 1, 2, 3. Let's get biology to 33. I think that's what unlocks the biolab. That's not even what it's called. You're not sure what to expect from life sciences class this soon after Professor Howe's death. He was the teacher back on the ship. The teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? You take your seat in the classroom. There's no teacher here yet. You and the students wait, exchanging awkward glances as time passes. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She's accompanied by Tang, who takes the seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Life Sciences, Instance snaps. Who can tell me what that is? She points at you. Solana Saya, start us off with the correct answer, please. Biochemistry, medicine, ecology, geology. You easily rattle off the subject names. Instance doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't look disappointed either. That's about as good as you'll ever get from her, honestly, so you can count that as a win. Card becomes blue. That turns that to a 5. Oh, well, that does give me a 3, 4, 5. Does it? No, it doesn't. That gives me a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 4, 4. That's probably as good as this gets. Right? Yes. Oh, thank God. Okay. Just eating that stress. Not quite. Your dad comes back from work one day looking seriously under the weather. He's pale with deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. It's fine, he insists. It's all this pollen that's in the air. It's gunking up the old air tubes. You remember hay fever, Fulu? We always got it back on Earth, too. Your mom frowns and crosses her arms. We did. She agrees, so why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, sweet pea, your dad says, and your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure I just have to get used to it, like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later, really get a good lungful of the stuff. I'll feel bad for a few weeks, but after that I'll be fine. Mom raises an eyebrow. Outside the gates? You? Your dad shrugs, then he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lie down on the bed. You need rest. Not machismo, she scolds him. I don't have you! Your dad sneezes. A macho bone in my body, foo-foo. I have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Uh-huh, your mom grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes into it a few times. Big yelling honk sneezes that echo through the whole quarters. He pulls it away from his face, and you can tell that something's wrong. Huh, your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back in his head, his knees buckle, and your mom yells for you to call Instance. Chief Engineer Instance takes your dad's vitals and gives him a cursory look over, but she seems satisfied with what she sees without having a thorough examination. Explorers are starting to call this the shimmer, she says, shining a light down your dad's throat. He's looking a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen fog. Are we okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures in the air, making notes on her hollow eye that only she can see. I've been tracking its effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, since you're particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in to touch his forehead to hers. They stay like that, smiling with relief. Even after one day at bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. You're gonna love this new crop, Solana says. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already putting on his boots. Fields look so beautiful at night. I'm happy we finally get something that would actually grow here that isn't soy, and more soy. Now I'm happy too. I'm not. The pixie beans are a flop. It's a bad time. Hey, Xenobotany unlocked. That's what it was called. I may be able to get to Dust 1 if I play this right? Well, yes. Hold on. Wait. There was important information in there. So we're at 2 food. We need 8 more food to hit 0, which I think is passable. And biology is the only way we can start making progress on that right now. Supply depot. Okay, 3 cakes. 3 cakes is fucking huge. Buying it. So, normally, if Tammy's alive, you get cakes for free and you can give them to Cal to reduce stress, but we don't have that mechanic in play right now. So instead, I'm going to do an event today that'll get us to 100 out of 100 stress. Then tomorrow, which will be the last day of pollen, or last month of pollen, I'll give Cal a cake, which should move us up to 90-something again, and then we'll repeat that on Dust 1. This is the most ramshackle way to make it happen, but we can do it. Your Holopalm pulses with a message from Tang. Hello, Solana Say. If you're not occupied, could I ask for your assistance in the lab? Thank you in advance. Tangent. Typical Tang. Her asking for help is something so rare that you can't help but head over right away. You find her hunched over a spectrometer, making notes on a whole screen. Oh, you're here, she said, blinking rapidly. She looks like she's been awake for days, wrinkled, a little shiny, with the wild-eyed look of someone who needs a cup of blep tea. How can I help? I'm researching the shimmer, the respiratory illness some people report during pollen, she says. I'm loath to admit it, but I need your assistance. She takes 4 vials with swabs inside and puts them to your hands. I need recent saliva samples from both you and your father. She says there must be a reason why he's so susceptible to shimmer and you're not. You must share half your genetic code with him. There must be some markers that we can compare between the 2 samples. Then, she continues pulling another vial from a rack of test tubes, administer this to yourselves. Wait 3 days and take the samples again. The test should be able to determine if anything in your body chemistry has changed. Tang looks at you very seriously, cutting through her blurry expression. There's something going on here, she whispers, something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is more about than just curing a disease. She squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the shimmer, who it affects and why, it could lead to a greater understanding of all life on Fortuna. And knowledge is more than power, Solana say. It's control. You got it, boss. Thank you, Tang says. I've been researching so hard I think my eyes are gonna fall out of my head, and for what? Well, for the end of a debilitating disease, it's a pretty good reason, but Tang just shakes her head at herself before she can answer. We're at a disadvantage here, she mutters. We're fighting blind. We need to understand this planet if we're to get it under control. Now, I don't think you actually have to take this over to Dad and do the thing. Right? Oh, well, good thing I checked. I didn't realize that we hadn't done the animals check with him, but yeah, we have, and we can probably do organizing with Mom. You spot your dad catching a break inside the geoponics domes. He takes a huge glug from his canteens and upends the rest over his face. Whew, he exclaims. Wish I could take my eyes out of my head, wash them off, and pop them back in. He laughs at the look on your face. Too gross? Too gross. Sorry, kiddo. This pollen is so itchy. Help with the animals. Your dad is working with the float cows. One of them is sick and isn't producing enough urine as ballast, and it keeps wanting to float away. Your dad is building a spike so he can tie her down until she feels better. You hold on to the leash, feeling like a kid with a balloon, a big, woolly, gassy balloon. It looks at you with placid, unblinking eyes. You see yourself refracted in them. Weird. Neat. Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting big, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. Tell her what you learned today. You've been learning about different organizational methods in school. Alphabetical, chronological, Dewey, decimal. Honestly, it sounds like a lot of work. Why would you even bother to organize anything when you can just ask congruence to find whatever you need? It's just paperwork. Do you even know why we call it paperwork? Mom laughs. It's true. It's not like you're sorting actual paper. Back on Earth, we used to have paper to, never mind. She slaps you on the back. Good for you for having your head together. Just biology. Just biology. Part of me is hoping that I can get reasoning high enough by Dust 1. I know that's not true. Okay, yep, that's not true, Alex. Just accept it as a loss, explore the xenobotany lab. Hey, kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands on things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I drained this little beauty. Can you get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck. It's sticky and it smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking about getting one of you kids to come help me out with researching native plants, he says. Think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man out in the lab? I know you've been studying biology. Yeah, it's not as glamorous as gene tech research with instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me tell your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know? If it were up to her, we'd build these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else, but there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. Xenobotany unlocked. I would like to do a botany. Your dad introduces you to the tiny little lab they've set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora and we practically know nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with or build with or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're gonna find out, my little potato. Your dad directs you to a research bench, and here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you can put things in. Carefully find the on switch. There is no on switch. Yeah, you looked everywhere. Stick something in a hole. You put one of the sealings into a small slot in the table. A little door slides shut and reopens. A loud brrrr noise startles you. Oh no, you broke it! Your dad laughs. Nah, just kidding, you're fine. Good instincts, kiddo. Press buttons at random. You mash all the table's buttons until yo, kiddo! It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge from the colony, after all. You wonder where she got yo from. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses. It's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. You follow the rules and stick to what you already know. You won't learn anything new, so don't be afraid to try new stuff. You bring your mushwood samples into the lab. You're gonna study these and revolutionize the use of mushwood lumber. Maybe. Study this mushwood. Lost a mushwood log. Gained harvesting bushwood. Oh, should I have kept the medicinal plant? Well, the medicinal plant isn't that important. It's fine. You examine the mushwood under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested and wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushwood trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on too much water, it won't take as long to dry. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushwood, the part that sticks out above ground, to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water in from the mycelial network underground. This is great! Logging will be much more efficient now. But, okay, 5, 4, 3. That's a 20. That's a 20. That's a 22. Is 22 really the best I can do here? It's a 19. It's a 21. This card seems actively detrimental. I'm just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. I think 22 is the best I can do. Motherfuck. There's a way to squeeze 23 out of that. Oh, well. Okay, it is late, Pollen. We're stressed out. I should have saved the talk to dad thing for here, if that's okay. No one has anything you want to say, right? Nobody want to talk to, nobody want to talk to me? That's fine. Cal, my boy! I haven't done nature facts with you? Okay, we gotta check with everybody real quick. Alright, didn't think we were brave enough to dare you. Yep, okay, done that. I know I'm not smart enough for, we don't need to look at that. My persuasion is nothing, so I got nothing there. Okay, yeah. Cal! Cal was sitting on the garden fence, his feet tucked into the slats, tapping away at his holoscreen. School's way more interesting when you actually see how it matters, he says. Your mom says I can do more important stuff on the farm if I learn about crop rotation and stuff. He frowns at his holoscreen. There's more math than I thought there'd be. Want to hear a fun nature fact? I recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hopeyes. Hopeyes have 1 foot, and 2 tail forks, and 3 stomachs, and 4 eyes. And you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how did they find out hopeyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. Okay, yeah, but Cal, the real... My god, Cal, I've been ignoring you. I'm so sorry. Well, I just hit biology 40. Okay, well, still we should have talked to Cal before now. But okay, better now than never. You tell him about the time Tang bought a skunk bug for show and tell in biology, and it got scared and made the worst, most smelliest, grossest stink you've ever smelled, and everybody thought the Tang had farted. Then Professor Howell had to clear out the whole room, and it took weeks to get the smell out of the beanbags. It was so gross, but also kind of neat how such a tiny bug can make a whole room of kids run away. Cal laughs. I remember that, Solana say, except the way I heard it, it wasn't Tang, it was you. Can't prove that. Cal's laying in the scrub grass at the edge of the garden, staring up at the sky. He blinks at you as your shadow passes over him. Hey, Solana Saya, he says, smiling around a stalk of grass between his teeth. You ever take some time and appreciate this place? We got sky, clouds, rain, wind. After growing up in the strato, it all seems pretty magical. Found something you might like. It is a cake. Cal's eyes go wide. What? Solana Saya, this is my favorite thing on the whole planet. He makes grabby hands at the cake and takes a big huff of the pleasant, sugary smell as his eyes slip closed in sheer pleasure. Wow, Solana Saya, he breathes, you are really the best of the best. Here, you have a piece too. Let the icing melt in your mouth and let all your worries melt away. Cal likes cakes. Cal likes cakes so fucking much. Is it Cal's birthday? How did I get 4 friendship with Cal? Cal likes it so much, it's de-stressing for me. This isn't Cal's birthday. Huh. Maybe it's always 4. Look. Okay, bravery's pretty close. But I don't want to level bravery? No. Really can't sneak out? Really can't do this yet. Okay, no, that's fine. It's fine. I don't want to do biology twice in 1 month, and I'd really like to start getting reasoning up off the ground. It's gonna be too late for dust season, but that's okay. Let's study engineering. It's been a while since you've taken a physics class. I wonder who they got to teach it after Professor Howe died. He was the teacher back in the ship. Who could possibly replace him? Congruence is waiting placidly for class to begin. Oh, Solana Saya, hello, she says as you take your seat. It's been a while since you joined us to learn about the grand world of physics. Don't be surprised, I'm teaching in this class now in Professor Howe's absence. Congruence takes her place at the front of the class. Today, we will learn about me. I'm the ship's onboard intelligence, but what does that mean? Does anyone have a question for me? How do you know so many things? My brain is big, she explains. It's enormous, really, much bigger than this little monitor you see here, and it's connected to the ship's holonet, so that anything you look up in your holopalms, I just know. What's your job? Well, right now, part of me is showing animal videos to children in the creche, part of me is here teaching you, but most of me is monitoring the engines which give us power, and the life support systems that make it comfortable in here. You have to eat and poop? She laughs, which has never sounded quite the same as a real person's laugh to you. I guess you could say I eat electricity, but not the same way you get energy from food, but no, I've never pooped. I think it sounds kind of neat, actually. Congruence explains she's had all kinds of calculations to help fly the ship and land it. She was designed to provide a user-friendly interface to the ship's systems. But how modded me to be so much more than that? He says proudly, now I can even tell jokes. Why did the computer cross the road, she asks. I don't know, why? Congruence smiles widely, and it's a joke in binary that I'm sure is probably funny if you look it up. But I will pass. Get to work. Okay. Huh. to get a bite to eat. That's pretty good. I've meant to look it up like the 8? No, I played through this like at least a dozen times. I've meant to look it up every single time, and I've always been like, I'll do it later. Oh my god, this sucks. Is a 14 really the best we can do here? No. Maybe. That's still a 14? Why is this high? Because those 3 count as the same suit. That's why this is higher. Can I get better than a 15? No. Probably not. 15's probably the best I can do here. Look, I know I can mess with it, but I didn't need to. That's fine. Early dust, my god. The gamble worked. I am at 100 stress. Oh no, better take some time off. Wait, Dad might have a stress reduction event here. Dad? Good parenting? Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush Vertunen jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after your sleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertunen dirt this week. I just miss you and Mom. Aw, Buttercup, he sighs, kneeling down to look at you. I'm so sorry. How about your mom and I take the day off and we have some family time together? Yes! As promised, your parents leave work early for the day and spend it with you. They take you for a long walk all the way along the colony walls and have a picnic overlooking the mush tree jungle beyond. You then head back to the lounge and play a vert space game, an old one where the 3 of you play mice and you have to build things to solve puzzles together. That's not Mousetrap, right? No. As your parents tuck you in that night, you think this must be the best day you've had in a long time. Done. Minus 20 stress, huge. Cal, I will not need your services today. I did do everything here, right? Yes, good. It's not like I was gonna go and do it now, but still good to know. We do a little biochemistry, we do a little xenobotany, we do a little xenobotany as a treat. Congruence tells you how back on Earth some people were scared of genetically modified food. They thought it was unsafe. You ponder that for a second. Everything you eat, even everything you wear, has been genetically modified. You are genetically modified. How could people be scared of gene tech? It's the reason you're still alive on this planet. Okie dokie. Okay, well, god damn it. This +1 is really inconvenient because I... okay, alright. Okay, the stress isn't that important. I could... okay. Then maybe ignore you? What would that... Right, I need that to go up, not down. Why is this... Okay, need that to be a 3, yes. Need that to be a 2, yes. Need this to be a 1, but this is never going to be a 1. This is fine. We have stress I can burn through. We have so many mushwood logs, and there's no way we're building the bar the first time through. Not on this run. Well... I could try. I could definitely try. Gonna mute that. Okay. I'd put this here, and then a 2, 3, and then a 4, 1, and that's a 16. That's a 17. Is a 17 really the best I can get? Well, I think so. I think a 17 is as good as this gets. Right? Okay, yes. Biology, organizing, kudos. Not a lot of stress. Oh. No, I don't think I ever internalized how little stress you get from doing xenobiology. It's the time for the 3rd annual Vernutalia Festival. As you gather with your family in the colony square, everyone takes seats as Governor Udicott approaches the stage. She folds her hands and serenely addresses the crowd. What a pleasure to address you all today as your governor, she says, looking as pleased as she ever does. In under 3 years, we built a colony which we can truly be proud of. While we've suffered hardships and losses, we remain standing, as always, looking forward to the future that we're building together. Let us use this midsummer festival as a time to reflect on our many blessings, Udicott continues. Fresh water, good food, healthy children, and a strong community. Udicott bows her head. But first, let us remember Professor... His name is Halitosis? Hal was done so dirty. How did I not remember that? What an abysmal name. Let us remember Professor Halitosis, who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. God, Hal, you deserve better, bud. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in with help from our ship's AI congruence until somebody can take up the mantle that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. It's us. It's us. Me. That is the long-term goal. Later, I'm gonna pivot from biology to engineering for reasons. But not yet. Not yet. We also recognize the passing of our dear friend, Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Tonin's full name is Melatonin. I don't know why I have not retained any of this. Known for his gentle nature and curious spirit, Tonin joins his daughter, Aspartame. Aspartame? Damn, he was Aspartame? And his partner, Lavandula, in the world of our memories. In his place, I could have saved Tonin. It's too late now. But I could have. And maybe should have. Tonin dying doesn't really do anything positive. I should have saved Tonin. You get a pretty good card for it too. In his place, we welcome our youngest council member ever, Utopia, representing expeditions. But it's the first time through, and the first time through, you have such a hard time saving everyone and doing everything. You can't save Tammy, right? But you can save most other people. You can't save Hal or Tammy the first time through. I think you can save everyone else, though. So Tonin was just... just me not remembering if it was this year or the year before. Udicott invites the rest of the council to stand and be recognized among the crowd, including your mom, who huffs in annoyance. I didn't realize it. But yeah, we do have a teen girl squad going on, huh? You'll love to see it, Girl Boss Colony. When the applause dies down and the council sits, Utopia remains standing. Actually, Auntie Udicott, y'all mind if I make a quick announcement? Udicott nods and Utopia clears her throat. Just wanted to say thanks to y'all who trusted me with this job, she says, her clear voice ringing out over the crowd. A cheer rises from Expedition. She motions for them to quiet down. Uncle Tonin's got some big shoes to fill, and, well, I'm gonna give it my best. We're fixing to get to the bottom of what we're calling the shimmer. Sniffles folks have been getting during pollen, Utopia continues. Till we do, please keep wearing your masks when the pollen's thick, and let the doc know if you're under the weather. She bends down to hug the governor. It is strange that she has an accent, given we were all on the same ship together, and she's not that old. But, look, we can look over that, overlook that. Thank you, Utopia. Udicott smiles warmly, and thank you to the rest of the council for your service. Wife music starts playing, Unicott smiles, and now it's time for games and feasting. I missed the science fair so much. I only needed a 15. We could have gotten there. That's okay. Bot triathlon. Let's go, baby. Sink 3 baskets, you can move on to the next stage. So there's an accuracy challenge added this year. Keeps adding complexity to his bot wrestling game. Last year was the hollow obstacle course, and this year there's an accuracy challenge. Sink 3 baskets, move on to the next stage, Com says, unveiling something with a flourish. A vacuum bot with a basket tied to its head. It chirps as it stomps back and forth, and the crowd cheers. You're competing against Nem and Cal. You notice they're not racing around together. Cal is pacing with the vacuum bot, and Nem is standing next to her brother. You're up first. Card becomes a 2. All right. Ah. I think that's the best I can get out of you. Okay. 2, 2, 4, 4. Well, that's not going to be better, right? Yeah, no, didn't think so. 16, and now I only need a 19 here. Easy, easy, easy. Easy, easy. 29 really the best I can do? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, in fact, it is. Cool. Toughness, kudos. You thought the accuracy portion would be harder. Those vacuum bots can be fast when they're on a mission. This one seems to get bored waiting for you to complete the obstacle course, so by the time you line up and take your shot with the sports ball, it's stopped running around and it's taken to carefully vacuuming the dirt under its feet. You easily sink your baskets and move on to the wrestling competition and win by a huge margin. Nem pouts and stomps over to Com, yelling it wasn't fair, you got it easy. She refuses to speak to you until Com sits you both down and makes you shake hands, pointing out that Nem also got hit by 5 hollow obstacles and couldn't have won anyway. Nem begrudgingly accepts your win. After the festivities, you take time off for a much needed and very relaxing break. Your dad sets up a slip and slide through the colony square, and everyone takes turns sliding on their stomachs and spraying water at each other. It's a lot of fun. You can feel your worries floating away in the hot dust suns. Okay. We have popular, which means it's kudos time, and I kind of want to just level biology. Which feels uninventive, to be sure. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I don't need to iterate. It'd be nice to max up. It'd be nice to get organization to 33, but I'm pretty sure the next organization event hits me with a bunch of reasoning checks that I'm going to fail. And so that means, well, I should level reasoning, but reasoning won't give kudos. I want to be leveling biology right now anyway, so why don't we just research some xenobotany? For some reason, I feel like you only get 1 event per season, but that can't be right. That might be right. 15 kudos, 10 stress. And it does boost our relationship with Cal, who we're probably gonna romance this playthrough. 5 kudos sensei, yeah. Nah, fuck it, we ball. We ball. Science, baby! Hey, Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Don't you think it's time you started thinking about what you're gonna do when you're older? You look at her in confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckles. You gotta think about that sometime, kid. How about you come join your folks on the farm if you're up for it? I'm ready. I have a biology of 20. I am ready. We've unlocked farming and geoponics. Your mom claps you on the back. Oof, it's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. Be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. I'm not wheeling around dirt, mother. I'm wheeling around science. You just wouldn't understand. Is it really the best we're gonna do? Is it 22? I guess so. 32 kudos. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, I I got 4 of these hanging out. I kind of want to hold on to them. I can't remember if there's a medicinal root event. I don't think so. Should I do farming? I don't remember how much you need to farm in order to actually get food from it. I do know that at the end of the xenobiology, xenobotany? This is killing me. Xenobotany. At the end of the xenobotany tree is what we actually need to stave off the bad hunger events next year. So I think I may just not farm. I'm pretty confident about my choices here. What's the stress that we get from farm? 10 kudos, 10 stress. Xenobotany is just better. I'm sorry, Mom. The lab needs me. One of your experiments go a little wild and Congruence has to slam up the safety contamination controls that lock you inside the lab. Scary. Luckily, it's just a false alarm. Just some weird spores you accidentally unleash when you cut into a seed pod. You analyze them and determine they don't pose a risk to the rest of geoponics. Huh. $21, $20, $21. You don't get it. Oh, these had the same suit. It doesn't matter. Okay. Feels fine, I guess. Doesn't feel good to continue to not get a super awesome score. Okay, wet season. Blue bobber fruit. I'm gonna hang on to it. We are still popular. So I think back to the lab again, baby. Xenobotany. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past you, moving with a purpose. He doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into the barn. We're at this point. Follow him. You slip into the barn behind Cal, and you're surprised to find him kneeling on the ground, feeding leaves to a small caterpillar-like creature. It scampers around him on its 6 stubby white feet, chirping and chittering at him. You're so surprised, actually, that you let the barn door close too loudly. Cal's head snaps up. Zelanosea! He gasps, trying to scoot the creature behind him. What is that thing? Cal sighs and scoops up the creature, cradling it in his arms. It immediately flips over and shows Cal its soft pink belly, begging for scritches. This is Socks, Cal says, quietly. I found her cocoon in one of the first shipments of mushwood. I named her a species of dilly pillar because I couldn't find anything like her in the surveyor archives. I've been taking care of Socks for years, Cal insists. She's really sweet, I promise. I hope nobody finds out. Same here, Cal says. You remember Mrs. Manners, mouse we found in the stratospheric? Grown-ups wouldn't let us keep her. He frowns. I wonder what happened to her in engineering. Maybe Tang knows. Nothing good. He places Socks gently into a box and closes the lid. Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy. He croons, sleep tight. Five, four, 2? Yeah, 24? Oh my god, the best score was 30 there? No. No, how was that a 30? I think I needed to have the 2 at the far right-hand side. I don't know what I was doing there. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Made wet. Alright, we're done with that. New perk, baby! Oh, organizing 1. Equip an additional gear. If only we had better gear. We have 160. I can look at what there is to buy, but I don't think there's anything that exciting right now, right? All of these are better than what I'm using right now. The photo phoner. Sure. And that unlocks an activity that I'm not gonna do, but it is unlocked now. What's up, Cal? You spot Cal headed towards barns at the far end of the farms. Hey, hi, Asalanasea, he waves. Hey, what's up? Just heading over to the barn, Cal says. I finished before everybody else today, so now I'm gonna clean it. Nobody wants to get roped into helping, so it's just me and Socks. You should come with. Cal whistles as you enter the barn, and the chest where Socks sleeps starts to rattle. He laughs and pops the lid, hefting Socks up into his arms. Hey, girl, he coos. Time to get some forbidden daytime zoomies out. You and Cal play with Socks for a little while, chasing her around the barn. She chitters and stomps her stubby little legs, clearly enjoying the attention. I have a little while before I get back to work, Cal says. What should we do? How about we just take a break? I don't need more animal. Well, fuck, I am really close to leveling animals, aren't I? Nah, just take a break. Cal sighs dreamily. You're right, he says. We've been working too hard. You, Cal, and Socks curl up together in a scritchy blanket that Cal produces from one of the storage bins. She fits nicely right between the two of you, pressing her little white feet against your tummy as she wriggles around to get comfortable. When everyone is settled, you close your eyes for a bit of much-needed rest. I'll take that stress reduction, thank you. Engineering? But Alex, you were just talking about how important it is to get biology early on, and you'll pivot to engineering later. Yeah. yeah. Xenobody. Your parents and the other colonists who were born on Earth didn't expect to find identifiable mushrooms, plants, and animals on Fortuna. They were expecting something a little more alien, crystal or light-based organisms, for example, relying on entirely different chemical processes than the carbon-based life forms of Earth. Nobody's complaining, though. Breathable atmosphere is pretty great. Okay. That has to be as good as this gets, right? Right? Okay, alright. God, doing so poorly on that last one destroyed my confidence. It's good to have that happen every once in a while. Every once in a while, not all the time. Okay, well, hey, happy birthday. Spot Dis hanging out in the, I feel like we've read this text before. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll come back to this. Hold on. No, this is new. Tang is craning her head, looking around what she can see of the colony from the laboratory doors. Have you seen my brother? She asks. He stormed out of class today. Again, she pinches the bridge of her nose. All I did is he consistently makes the same mathematical error and offer a mnemonic to aid his memory in the future. I don't see how I'm the monster here. Yep, okay. What up, Dis? What do you want? Dis is sitting in the bed of one of the expedition vehicles, tinkering with a bit of tech. He tries to hide it when he sees you, but it's in so many pieces. Oh, buddy, I cannot help you here. My engineering is a 3 and my reasoning is an 11. I'm going to fail you, my friend. He tries to hide it when he sees you, but it's in so many pieces he only manages to shove some behind him before he gives up and glares at you mistrustfully. What are you doing? Dis squints at you. Promise you won't tell on me, he says. Promise. They weren't using it, he says, already sounding defensive, as he turns the biggest piece of the device over in his hands. It was just sitting there in command, so when they weren't looking, I took it. I took it and no one noticed. He seems excited about this fact. I think it's part of a communication device, he says thoughtfully, so I'm trying to figure out if it works. I want to talk to the aliens. You don't even need a high engineering. You only need a 10. Be careful, okay? Dis nods and fiddles with the device. Who cares, he says. People on Earth use stuff like this thinking it could pick up the voices of ghosts, Dis says. But it would probably just radio waves. So I figure if I'm looking for radio waves, aliens have to exist, he continues quietly, but with great conviction. They have to. You can't have this much life on a planet without some of it being smart like we are. He sighs. I just want to talk to them, he says. Maybe I'd fit in more with aliens than I do here. Anything's possible. This nods and looks outward, into the mushroom forest. I know you're just trying to be nice, he says quietly. Even if you think we're really alone out here and you're just lying to make me feel better, it's still nice. Well, no, I'm not lying, but, you don't know that. Did we just... Biology... Are we simply biopilled? I think I may be biopilled. Cal, this is probably unnecessary. I may regret doing this. Have a cake. Yeah, let's reduce the stress a little bit. Toughness is 35, combat 16, bravery... I think bravery's high enough. I forget what the check is this year to get heroic. I think it might be bravery 20, whatever. You know what? I don't know, and I'd like bravery to be 33, so... Defense training's definitely not what I want. Yeah, that gives combat and animals, which I'm... Combat's not actually that good. But I don't think I need combat until next year. Oh god, what the... Oh, it's been so long. Getting bravery to 33 sounds useful, but I don't actually think it's that useful. Let's do it anyway, and we'll probably get a perk and I'll be like, okay, this was a waste. And, hey, live and learn. You run into Cal and Nem on the hill behind the garrison, a small construction site. They've been throwing logs. There's a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caber toss, Nem shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts, takes a piece of caution tape at the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the look of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. Clearly just go for the heavy, thicker one. I just go overboard. I'm a child. Challenge mode, wee-oo, wee-oo. Cal makes a noise like a siren. He shouts down to Nem, Solana is gonna throw a big one, so you better get out of the landing zone. The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. This is gonna be tough. It'll be fine. Oh, it'll be fine. 56. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Really? Really? Oh, I need wait. That's a straight. That's a 27. That's a 28. Why is that a... Wait. 28 is higher. And then we could just push through. But I have these mushwood logs, you see. And the bobber fruits. Just food for Cal. What do you mean 28? No. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a straight and you just turned it into a pair. Yeah, that was stupid. Dumb. dumb. Get this the hell out of here. 38. Motherfucker. That was so wasteful. And for so little gain, the pole sails down the hill past all the other poles, coming to a rest sticking out of the ground. Wow, you beat my best distance, Nem says while she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in mushwood toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores, but you get 2, no 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that? You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire hill stack of poles are just a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. You wonder how you got away with this. One bravery short. It's glow season. Go find the crystal. Yeah. Yep. Let's skip bravery to 33. Why not? Play sports ball. Training in the dark is really hard. You lose a lot of sport. I don't think I've ever played sports ball in glow season. You submitted a request to engineering to make some sort of glow-in-the-dark paint so it's easier to spot the ball, but it gets rejected for not being a priority concern. Imagine that. Card gets a +1. Ooh. I like the sound of that. 36. 36 good enough for you, game? Thank you. I'm glad it is, because I would have been real sad if it wasn't. 2 data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colony has been on high alert all glow, hoping that the creatures from beyond the wall don't return for a 3rd year in a row. Surveyors keep reporting they're seeing unusual animal activity. Even the plants seem different, they say. And new tracks that must have been left by creatures larger and heavier than any you've ever seen. Even the other colonists drill evacuation plans. You're in engineering when you hear the sirens ring throughout the colony. You cover your ears against the noise and make your way to nearby classroom. This is one of the assembly points, so you should be safe there, but it wasn't so safe last year for Professor Hal. What if another creature gets in? Congruence, a new teacher, is just a face at a computer screen. She can't protect anyone. Congruence flickers cheerfully. Please stay calm, children. The defense squad is already en route to the creatures. This should all be over soon. You've been told this before. As the sirens continue, you're faced with the choice. I only needed 15 bravery? Oh, well, we leave, obviously. You stand up and leave. Tang and Mars stare at you like you have 3 heads. Congruence doesn't try to stop you. Not that she could. She doesn't even have any hands. You slow to a walk as you near the outer doors of engineering. Something doesn't feel right. You stop to listen in the dim emergency lights and you hear metallic popping of something overhead in the ventilation ducts. Your blood goes cold. Monsters, they're here. You follow the sounds to a workshop and force yourself to look through the slats of a vent. You gasp. 2 glistening, bug-like eyes peer down at you. No, 4? 6? They blink in syncopated pairs. Then you hear it over the sirens, a soft pinging noise, halfway between a chirp and a purr. The creature skitters, a spider-like form, from one side of the vent to the other. A small, furry tentacle slithers through the slats, searching for the vent release. When it can't find one, it bangs its body against the inside of the vent, denting the metal. Tame it! Card becomes a 2. Cool. I don't love that. Oh shit, embarrassing lesson I should have played earlier. This is a great card and I get to keep it between rounds. That's okay. 6, 6, 5, 5. Whatever. Is this the best hand? It better be. Okay, alright, great. Thank you. Wonderful, beautiful. You win it over, it's a Ricky. You win it over by reading its body language and slowly building trust. It seems to want to join you, and you hope you'll be allowed to keep it. Fricky is such a good item. +1 skill on challenge wind is huge, and a +1 bonus to streets is pretty good. You look up the species on your holopalm and learn that it's a Ricky, so named for the trills that they make, which yours is making now, cuddling against your leg. They are neither male nor female, though they do require a mate to reproduce. So it's a they then. You decide to name them Ricky Tikki. The valiant mongoose, your new pet, Ricky Tikki, trails happily, popping up in the air excitedly at the prospect of more food. It isn't long before the sirens turn off, bringing 3 short pulses as the all-clear messages flash up on your holopalm. You and the other children file out of engineering and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know that you're safe. You manage to smuggle your new pet Ricky under your jacket and hide it under your bed before they arrive. Me with the underside of my bed just covered in random animals that I found. Your dad gives you a big hug, but your mom slumps into a seat at a small table. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters, but your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it was just bad luck, Bella, he says, but your mom shakes her head and folds her hands in front of her mouth, staring out the porthole window at the fields. And that's it. Hour and a half. Age 12 done. Okay, so it's age 13 that I was dreading. Age 12, actually a complete reasonable year. Nobody can die. It's pretty nice. Age 13, we're gonna be busy, but we got Ricky, which is huge. You got some decent cards. Didn't get rid of any cards. Cal and Tangent are still our best friends. We're even more loyal. Spent a lot of kudos. That's fine. That's fine. What time is it? 5:30? I think I might be down to play more tonight, but I would like to take a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna throw on a Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna put a cut in here. Oh, well, before we do, Bravery. No, this was worth leveling up for. This is very, 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 very good. Bravery is the social skill that allows us to draw an extra card at the start of a challenge. This is huge. The cards that give a +1 to unplayed cards are now just +1 better. Is it engineering or reasoning that does that? I should really have this memorized at this point, but yeah, Bravery's pretty good. We're gonna go explore, rest, explore. Yes, that sounds right. But I am going to put a cut in here. I'm gonna take a little break, a few minutes, get up, stretch, see what all those text messages were about. If you are watching this on YouTube after the fact, well, this is it for today. Until tomorrow, I'm gonna say toodaloo, take care. I will see you then. Bye-bye.